Let's talk about loops. So in these presentations, these videos, we're going to look at a while loop and a for loop. And then we're going to talk a little bit about debugging. So we have two options in Python for loops. A for loop. This is a loop that iterates a certain number of times. So if I know how many times that I want the code to repeat itself, I'm going to use a for loop. A while loop is used when I want to iterate while a condition is true. So if I don't know how many times that I'm going to do something, I just know that when a condition is met, that's when I want to stop. That's when I'll do a while loop. So here we have a die. In this die, we have a number. And the condition that we're trying to meet is we want to roll the die 5 times. Notice that this fits really well with a for loop because we know the certain number of times, that being 5. And so when I roll that die, this is the second time, the third time, fourth time, and fifth time. So this for loop would then end because the condition is I need to do it 5 times, which is a certain number of times. A while loop would run on something like this. So if I wanted to keep rolling till the sum of the rolls is above 20, I would use a while loop because I don't know how many rolls. It could be 5 rolls, it could be 10 rolls to get to a number 20. So the very first time that I roll, I get a 6, and so my sum is 6, which is still less than 20, so I'm going to roll again. My second roll is a 1, putting my sum at 7, which then is still less than 20, so I need to roll again. My third roll is a 4, which puts me at 11. That's still less than 20, so I need to roll again. I get a 6. My sum is 17, still less than 20. I need to roll again. Here I get a 19. I get a 2, which is sum is 19, which is still less than 20. And so the number of rolls, we just keep rolling until this condition is met. So that's an example of a while loop. So here we use a for loop. So we use the keyword for, and then we have this letter right here that we're going to be printing out. So we create this variable ourselves, and then we use in, and then this is a quick way to be able to count through a series of numbers. And so we use range. 2 is the starting point, so that's where we start the counting at 2. This is a little tricky. Python decided when they created Python that when in range, when they call out this n number, 12, what they're saying is count up to 12, but don't include 12. So it should actually stop at 11 and then not continue. So it's kind of a goofy thing Python does, but that's how it is. And then this final one is how much should we change by? So this is a 3, so we're going to increase by 3 each time. So the very first time we run this loop, we get a 2 because we said to start at number 2. Then we're going to add 3 to it. So our next number, and we're printing it out, the numbers right here. We loop back up. We print out a 5 because 2 plus 3. So then 5 plus 3 is 8. And so 8 is the next number. And then we're going to add 3 to that. 11 is the next number. And then remember that kind of weird thing where this is the top of the range, but we don't include the 12. So here's another example of a for loop. This time we're starting at 5, we're ending at 1, but we do not include 1, and we're going to subtract 1 each time. So the first time should be a 5, and then we just subtract 1 to a 4, we subtract 1 to a 3, we subtract 1 to a 2, and now remember it'll end now because we do not include the 1, which is the end part of the range. We looked at conditional statements last time, and we decided that we use an if statement to be able to determine what we should do as a result of something that the user has done in this case. So here we're creating a variable called num. This comes out as a string, so we're casting it to become an integer. And then we're just looking at the condition. If the number the person enters in, so this number right here, if it's less than or equal to 10, then we want to print out, enter a bigger number. And we give them an option to do that again, give us a bigger number. And then if they give us a bigger number, then we come here and we would print out is greater than 10. The problem with this is just going to run one time. So if they enter in an 8 here and a 5 here, this is going to be not true, but our program's going to print that out. So a better way to do this is we want to put a while loop here. So here's an example. So if we put a 5 here and they said enter a bigger number, so 8 is bigger than 5, but 8 is not greater than 10, so this doesn't work. So now we're putting in this while loop. So the while loop allows us to be able to continue to run this code. We repeat this code until this condition is met, and then we can print this out. So they enter in a 5, enter in a bigger number 8. 8 is greater than 10. So when we run that while loop, then they enter in a 5, and then they're told to enter in a bigger number 8. So it comes back up here and evaluates, is 8 less than or equal to 10? Yes, it is. So then we come down here, enter a bigger number, and they enter in 10. 10 is equal to 10, so this condition is still true. So we come down in here. And then when they enter in an 11, 11 is less than or equal to 10. That's false, so we exit the loop, and then we print that out.